Sunday again already. Well, let's have a little chat and then let's get to the comments. First of all, let's talk about carbon tax. I've been spouting about carbon tax for ages and how it's absolutely such a total BS idea that it just ain't going to work ever, never. And it's not working. The next election is going to be fought on one or two different things. Or maybe just one. Maybe just the carbon tax. Maybe, like Polyev said, it's going to be a carbon tax election.
Minister's panicked flip-flop on the carbon tax for oil heating proved everything he said for 8 years about the tax is wrong. It's not worth the cost. He said that the tax would make people better off. He's now admitted that that's not true. He said it's about the environment, but he leaves the tax on lower emitting and more environmentally friendly natural gas. And now he's dividing Canadians based on where they live.
Do you want to pay carbon tax on your heating, on your car, on your food, on your transport, or do you not? Let's have a listen to some calls.
I would love to go to the polls, Alex, and vote Trudeau et al. Out of office. And I think I disagree with you on one point that it's a multi-issue election. It's not. It's a one-issue election, and the one issue is the Liberal Party.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be a one issue. Trudeau. Do you want Trudeau or do you not want Trudeau? Nice one.
I'm going to ask you a different question. Name me 5 things the Trudeau Liberals have done right that you appreciate, and they can't.
Well, yeah, that's a great point. Can you name 5 things that Trudeau's done that everybody's happy and agrees with? Just 5? No.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anybody mention this. You know, in the Canadian Human Rights Code, they say it's illegal to discriminate against people based on place of origin. How come the rest of the country is not filing human rights complaints against the government?
Well, I think that's because everybody's too busy trying to work and trying to pay the bills. What a great caller. Okay, let's move on to the next caller. Have a listen to what he's got to say about what's going on at the moment with the carbon tax and Trudeau.
I think Trudeau's making a big mistake in contradicting his own policies. It's the federal government that is allowing approximately 500,000 people to come in every year. And there is a housing shortage. So his taking the stand that he is, being inconsistent with the application of cutting carbon taxes, is really going to affect and impact on people who are coming into this country to purchase a home and to be able to pay the expenses in running a home. So you can't suck and blow at the same time, and I think he's made a big mistake.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that. I think that the immigration thing about bringing in 500,000 new immigrants to fill jobs, I think he's got to put a hold on that as well. He's got to put a hold on that. He's got to put a hold on the carbon tax over the whole country, not just one little area to see how it goes. Okay, with that, let's move on to the comments. We're driving the bike, so I'm in the garage today. So let's do the comments. Canada Post ransomed my parcel. Yeah, well, we actually got the parcel, so that was pretty good. So Nev says,
I agree with you 100%. Isn't the handling fee the shipping costs to deliver the package? Canada Post is just as corrupt as any other government service. You should back charge the government for having to pick up the package, and not have it delivered.
Yeah, I should have billed my travel expenses to go and get it back. Guy Lane says,
same happened to me 4 months ago. $22 extra for a package from the UK. Canada Post would not deliver to my home. Paid delivery fee twice for a package I had to pick up at Shoppers.
It's crazy. Canada Post won't handle a parcel. That's just you can't make that up. Trudeau's environmental minister's dark secret. I thought that was pretty interesting. I think a lot of you already knew about his past with Greenpeace, but yeah, I thought, there's nothing better than bringing up some of these MPs' past, and let's just have a close scrutinised look at it. Nev says,
don't forget he works for the Chinese government while holding the environment minister's position, which is even more criminal. Treason.
Yeah, I agree, Nev. George Scott says,
Trudeau wants to censor the internet so he can erase history and separate the people. Back in the day, it was very easy to separate. We only had the CBC and CTV for our news. Now we have the ability to reach out to others, and they don't like that.
You're exactly right, George. They don't like channels like this, or like Sunshine Baby or Clyde. They hate these channels because We just focus on the truth. Liberal gun law, it will affect your property rights. It will. If they can take something off you that you've just legally bought and then all of a sudden make it illegal, yeah, they could do that with anything. Rob the Med says,
I think gun ownership should be made much easier like the USA. I should have the right to protect my house and family from the real criminals who don't care about gun laws because they get their firearms illegally anyway.
I'd say 90% of the crimes that are caused, they're illegal guns that have come from America. Don Turner said,
They can take your house, your kids, your job, your bank. You are nothing to them.
Jean Marie says,
Is it just me, or does anybody else notice Justin Trudeau is doing an Elvis Presley facial imitation? The gun laws are so out of reach that Trudeau doesn't even know how to handle them. Likely leaving it go until 2025 because the rate he is going, we will need to protect Canada.
I like what Jean Marie said, and I actually made a meme out of what she said. So she inspired the meme that we get that I made up. But what I want to go on that for, what I want to point to this one for is leaving it till 2025, leaving it till just before the election. He's going to fight the election on gun law. I see it. I see it. Let's wait until then. Come back to this video and tell me, yeah, you're right. NDP Liberal coalition in crisis over the carbon tax. So there's going to be a vote tomorrow on Monday in Parliament about carbon tax and everything, and whether NDP. If you didn't see the video yesterday with Singh's interview, that was a live interview that he did on the radio, and it says everything. It basically gives his whole perspective on where he sits with Trudeau. So if you didn't see that, I'm going to put a link to that video at the end of this video. But yeah, he's basically just backing Liberal and pretending to be more of a conservative guy, but he isn't. Richard says,
It is extremely interesting that in all areas of the forest fires here in Nova Scotia, we're located in every single town that is slated for a 15-minute city. Strange. I don't think so.
Yes, Richard's sent some really good articles through about 15-minute cities and about how they're trying to push them in Halifax and Nova Scotia area. Brian said,
I'm so sick of hearing about climate change causing the wildfires. No mention of the 20-plus arrests here in Alberta alone. I know in Quebec they arrested some there as well. And why? Why does not one reporter ask why in BC, despite having the longest-running carbon tax emissions, keep going up every year and year over year ever since it was implemented? So sick of that. This fear porn has got to stop unless there is a no confidence Jughead and Trudeau are in it until 2025. That's of course if the NDP do the right thing, but don't hold your breath.
No, I think he's gonna sit it out till 2025, Brian, 100%. Jean Marie again, you're doing well, Jean. Got two.
I totally agree with you that JS isn't going to quit the Liberals. This is all just a drama class to them, and they have proven that they do not care about the Canadian people. They only care about what is going into their own pockets.
Tomorrow I've got a video on the amazing carbon tax debate that Trudeau had with Poilievre, and what we'll do is we're going to look at little bits of it, and we're going to break it down and have a look at what they're really trying to say to each other. Till next time.